Hello students, I am Robinson Recalde. Welcome to Introduction to HTML course. Thanks for watching itpdword.com. Today we're going to talk about HTML tags. The idea of this video is to explain everything that needs to be explained about the elements of the HTML document. So, what are we waiting for? Let's go ahead. First, what are the HTML tags exactly? The structure of an HTML element step by step. So let's jump to the Sublime Text screen to see this clearer. Well, welcome to the Sublime Text screen that you know very well. In HTML, we know the HTML tags as HTML elements. To use an HTML tag, we must know that there are in fact two types of HTML tags. The ones that need both an open and a closing tag, and those that don't. For example, if we want to put a table on an HTML document, we must use the table opening tag and the table closing tag. You know these tags and these elements really well. Table and table. And in the middle, you are going to put all the information that you want to appear in the table you are developing. But for example, if we need to use an image, we only put the necessary code that is the opening tag, calling these elements empty elements. The empty elements are those that don't need a closing tag. We have, for example, the BR, ING, and others. Remember these elements, BR, ING? Do you remember that they don't need a closing tag, right? Well, they don't. Please always remember that. In the HTML elements, we can find some attributes. That simply means aspects that you can customize. For example, there are some elements that you can change without the use of any other code or style sheet such as CSS. Instead of that, the attribute works so you can change everything from inside without much trouble. Let's see an example with the ING element. The ING element only tells your browser, I want an image right here and I want it to be this one. There you put the URL or the link of the image so you can display it on your website. But that's not enough. Sometimes we prefer to have the image in the right of the page or in the left of the page, perhaps the center, and sometimes the size is too big for our website, and if we change this on a style sheet, this will not work very well, because it will change all the ING elements instead of the image that you can change. I will explain this in later detail when I talk about CSS. In CSS, to give you a brief introduction, if you change all the aspects of the ING element of your document, you're going to change all the ING elements that you put inside your document, not just only one. And by the way, I do not recommend using an image that is little when we need it to be much bigger. It will look wrong for sure. So let's see the example. Please note that I'm not putting all the required tags that we need to this document, just because I am giving an example. So this is the ING, SRC, which is our first attribute. Here you're going to put the link of the image, and you can change the width and the height of your image. And this is it. This is the structure of an empty element. This is the structure of a tag that is not empty, that requires an opening tag and a closing tag. And As you can see in the ing example, I can manage all the details I want for the image and trying to put in there, beginning with the position on the page. The position of the page, I want to be, I don't know, left. The position of the page, the size of the image, and the link. And I can manage even the text that will appear if the image does not load. So let's go back to the main video to jump to the next section. This is all for this example. So this is it for this first part of the video. The structure is the next step in our journey. That's okay. You should know upfront that in HTML we have some required tags, otherwise the document will not work. All the HTML pages need to have the HTML head and body tags, along with the doc tab identifier. But let's see this a little bit clearer in the Sublime Text screen. So folks, welcome again to the Sublime Text screen. As you can see, I left the screen just as it was in the first example, but I will change it just now. I will delete all of this. We have shown a lot of examples showing how the structure of an HTML page is made. We need to start with the doc type identifier, as I have always explained it. Remember that with HTML5 we only need to put doc type HTML to declare the document. After that we put the HTML element and the head element, and after that the body element. Sorry, it says BD instead of body. The body element. So after that we need to put the required tag so we can name the document and put it in the structure needed to have the HTML document. With this, I can guarantee it that your HTML page structure base is going to be all okay. This is really simple, this is really basic, and the emphasis that I do on this is because it needs to be really clear on your mind. If you want to be a professional developer, you need to know this, and you need to never fail your knowledge on this basic things. So in this code we use all the items we must to have the document we need. So this is all for this example. So this is it for this part of the video. Let's jump to the other. The next part is links of tags. There are, of course, a lot of tags that we can use along with our document. First of all, you need to remember that HTML is a language made of tags, better known as elements, HTML elements. In this part of the video, I will not provide a lot of information, because to provide a list of tags is really long work. So instead of that, I will put the link of the W3C school where you can find all the HTML elements available. There you can find also what element is compatible with HTML5 and what element is not. So folks, for now this is it. See you soon in another video. Remember that I will put the link in the details of the video, and if you need more information, please go to the W3C school website. So, hope to see you soon. in another video. That's all.